Let's start. Let me see. Yes, we are live. Actually, we want to welcome everybody. Today is May 10th, 2026. We're about, like I mentioned, we're about to start our 11th video, guys. This series, Invest Your Way to Financial Freedom. We use a simple method of investing there where we want people to maximize their income and reduce their expenses. With that, you're going to have a supply of net income. And then we give you the tools so you can invest in first, in liquid asset. You can use part of it to buy stock, crypto, stuff like that. And also with the positive net income, what you can do, part of it, you can use positive debt to invest in a liquid asset, which is real estate, for example. So with that in mind, we've been going to it again. This is our 11th video. From now on, I'm assuming most of the people who are watching us, they have enough information to start kicking off their investing journey. But without further ado, I want to introduce myself. If you don't know me, I'm ElBozo from Gombit Group. Our mission is simple. We want to simplify the business world so you can be educated enough so you can start your financial freedom. We want to inspire the next generation of investors. So if you want to take your investment journey to the next level, no hype, realistic strategy, make sure you subscribe, follow us so you can be part of a new community of new investors. We're going to learn from each other, guys. So that's why, we're here every week. We want to make sure you guys have this tool. We always say the rich people, they're not smart. They just smart everybody out. So what we do in this series is give you the tools that you can be empowered so you can take your investing journey to the next level. So as usual, we have a lot to discuss this week. We are deep in the series. Please, if you're not investing, not having the knowledge, go back and review our previous videos. Check our YouTube channel, ElBozoBonsando. So far, we have talked about income. We talk about how to increase your income, how to decrease your expenses, how to invest your net income. So today we finish up. I think we finish up liquid asset, which is we're gonna end up the liquid asset part of our investing journey, which is we're gonna talk about crypto. But I just want to also remind you, as usual, we will start talking about what happened this week that just passed, and also we're gonna give you some insight, things that you're gonna look for the next week that coming up. And also we share with the people a three of our best stock that's doing very well in our portfolio. And today the main topic is crypto investing. So very interesting asset. If you are not investing in crypto, I think if you're interested in investing in crypto, this is a good series for you. Normally, based on our experience, you wouldn't advise, if you brand new beginner investor, we wouldn't advise you to invest in crypto. But if that's what you want to still take the risk, we're still gonna give you some guidance today. So also I want to remind you, next week we're gonna start talking about real estate. So that's the illiquid asset of our series. So we're gonna dive into it a lot. Me especially as a commercial real estate broker, I'm very excited to start next week. This is a topic that I really enjoy. So definitely next week, make sure you follow. You'll be here next Sunday at 9 p.m. if you're interested in investing in real estate, guys. So without any further ado, we're gonna move on talking about last week that happened. So there's a lot going on this week. You see a strong mixed U.S. economy data. We got the GDP growth of 2%. So that's mean the U.S. economy is growing. At some point, it's going. But beside the earlier year, the year that we had some shakeup, but I can tell you, consumer spending is still strong. There's still some problem with inflation and stuff, but at this point we can tell you that market earnings are supporting what we see in the market. We still have some inflation concern that happened this week, especially the Iran and US war. You see, today the oil is about $95. Still, oil is continue. It's a problem for us. We every week we really talk about what is important about how is that oil problem is affecting our pocket, you see the price is keep going up. And I don't think, like, until we like find a final resolution between the war and US and Iran, I don't see the oil prices going down, guys. Don't be a fool. If you see what's going on, oil price will go up if we continue that path. So higher inflation could delay a future Fed Reserve rate cut. So we definitely will be paying attention to what's going on with the federal government. So also, like, this week we see big tech and AI stock continue leading the market. I can tell you this is one of the best week for us. We haven't have in my portfolio, guys. It's been one of the best week for us in our portfolio because the stock market is going very high. And the irony is like you have people who are not investing, they have their money sparked somewhere, and inflation is killing their money because they're paying so much. But if you invest in the market, guess what? Your money keep going up every day, guys. This is the key. This is why I come here every single weekend, every single Sunday, 8 p.m. Central Time. This is why I come here to talk about it. I want to make sure people really get that message that even though you're working hard, you're not gonna get by, guys. You're not gonna be in where you need to be unless you start investing, unless you see you're taking advantage of those investment that you're doing in the stock market. When they go up, your money is going up. You don't have to worry about inflation, guys. So definitely make sure you pay attention. Especially we see big tech is was exponentially high this week, so we want to take advantage of it. If you're not investing in AI stock, I don't know what you're doing, because AI is not gonna go, it's not gonna go away. I know they're talking about AI bubble, all the stuff. Guess what? It doesn't matter, because guess what? They're investing. Look at it. Nvidia stock, they went above the 200 resistant they have before. Guess what? AI is still here. Big tech, we're investing, guys. Don't be foolish. So make sure you stay invested. Don't be listening to those people, those bear talking about AI bubble stuff. Yeah, there is concern, but guess what? The market is telling us, even though people are doubting AI, but guess what? AI is still leading the market. We are not there to predict the market. We are here to focus as investors. We are here to focus on what we're seeing in the market. Is it the market is telling me AI stock is still gonna go up? We're still gonna make money. Yes, and guess what we're doing? We are making money. So there is no need for you to be hiding and not taking advantage of the market just because you're listening to those people. Be smart about your investment, guys. Focus and believe. And one thing I learned after years of investing in the market, guess what? If you stay invested, the market will reward you, guys. This is not a gaming thing. This is about not guessing. You have to be educated, guys. We already have 10 video for you guys. You can go and back and watch. We break it all down, what you need to start taking your investing journey to the next level. Also, we want to talk about what happened this week. For example, in the bond market, we see pressure. Bond yield remain elevated as investors worry about inflation and government debt. So the bond gonna go down when you see equity going down. We talked about that last week. When equity is doing well, guess what? Bond is going down, and you see that bond is a little bit shaky right now. So for this past week, we're watching the Fed. We always want to watch the Fed. What's interesting things that's gonna happen this week is that you had Fed power, right? You had a Fed power who's gonna be leaving soon. He's due to be released on May 15. So May 15 is the time that Fair Power is supposed to go. So if Share Power is not going, guess what? We're still gonna have a lot of problem, a lot of pressure, because what? Trump might wanna do something about him, but if he stay there, guess what? There's not a lot of things we can expect. But since he's leaving his position, he still can remain in the Fed board of the Fed. So that's gonna be interesting to see how that can affect the rate decision, guys. So now let's talk about next week. What do you think? What we think about next week? What are the things that we're going to look for next week? Next week, for example, Monday, May 4th, we're watching the Federal Reserve official. They're gonna be speaking. As investors, guys, when those Fed share are talking, we are paying attention. So we're gonna be looking at what they talking about, inflation, any signal about a geopolitical risk, how they manage those, so we can take position. Every time they talk, we're gonna take a position based on what they're saying. So also we have Tuesday. Tuesday, guess what's coming out? Tuesday we have CPI data. That's gonna give us a indication of about what inflation is doing. You want to make sure you understand those things. We talk about the consumer price index, what is mean before in previous video, guys. Tonight we deep into the investing journey, guys. If you haven't know those things, go back and understand them. Wednesday we have PPI inflation data, and we also gonna see Wednesday there's gonna be new Fed gonna be there. Kevin Wash is gonna be the new Fed chair. Jerome Powell gonna be leaving, so we're gonna pay attention to that, because what we understand is he's in line with Trump when it comes to cut rate. And when they cut rate, they're gonna be more investing. They're gonna be more investing, and we want to take advantage of that. So if he's cutting rate, guess what? We're investing more money, but also we got to worry about inflation. So those are things that we need to pay attention next week. Also on Thursday, now we're on May 7th. Guess what's going to happen on Thursday? We are paying attention to retail sale. Retail sale data are going to come out. You have companies like Alibaba, Under Armour, Cisco, Applied Material. Those going to be reporting this week. By Thursday, we should have all those companies reporting. So guess what? Those information is telling you how the retail and consumer is doing. So if they're doing well, that means consumer is still strong, and we're still gonna invest in those stocks. And now let's talk about Friday. Friday is the industrial production. We're gonna look at this data coming from the industrial production data that will show you the wealth of manufacturing and industrial activity in the United States. And also we're gonna watch. That's very important. We wanna know if manufacturing is going where we're gonna buy. So that's important. And also we're gonna be pending on Friday a final decision on the Trump and President Xi from China meeting. So that's going to be giving us indication how trade from in China and AI, how that trade going to happen. If we need to put more position in AI trade, because when China open up to us, for example, Nvidia going to be a big boost if Trump and President Xi become agree on certain term for AI development in China. So those are the things we have to pay attention to as investors, guys. There is no magic. I know a lot of people coming in the chat, they're looking for somebody to just tell them, hey, you know what, this is what you need to. No, there's no magic. You got to sit down and really pay attention to the information. As investors, I can tell you informations are key. I want to say, I see Yasin say hi Yasin, thank you for being here. Remember, we here every Sunday, 8 p.m. Central Time. This is your journey. If you are serious about investing, make sure you there and locked in. So we talk about next week. So now you guys know what to pay attention to next week. So that's very important. So again, make sure your information, you'll keep a track of your information so it can guide you how to take position in those investment you're doing. And now, part of our series, we always talk about our twist stock for the past week. So we share those stock with you guys, not for you to just like buy them. That's not, we cannot do that. But what we do is we share with you what are the twist stock every week that went well for us. Maybe you have to go back and analyze those stock and see, maybe you take a position in them, but you have to do your research. You have to make sure, we cannot be liable for you to make decision. We only share with you that those are the things that work for us. Maybe you go back and see them and maybe they work for you. So now, what are the three best stock that just passed week? We have the first one is Syndic. The ticker is SNDK. This stock, guys, it's up like 27% for this week for us. Imagine last week this stock was 16%. It's so far our best stock in our portfolio. And I cannot imagine, this stock was 6 months ago about $200. Now it's almost $1,500. So this is a stock that if you serious about investing, this is a stock I will pay attention to. Also, the second stock, that best stock that we have in our portfolio, is Micron Technology. The ticker is MU. This stock is about 23% this week. It was 6% last week. Imagine how going this stock is going. It was like 36%. Now this week it went up 33%. So definitely it's still, relevant for us to keep positioning in those companies. And the last one, the third one, is Akamai Technology. The ticker is AKMI, which went up 41% this week. Imagine this stock went 41%. It's a new a stock in our portfolio. We had to take a position on it because we already see that this stock there's a lot of good news, a lot of good catalyst news about this stock. It's a American company specializing in content delivery network, cybersecurity, and services. Again, it's all tied to AI and technology. As we can see, AI continue to move market up. Tech have done very well this week, and we are remaining steady investing in the technology companies because that's what the market is giving us, guys. So now let's go back. We're gonna go deep into the topic today, which is crypto investing. So tonight we are talking about one of the biggest financial revolution in our generation, cryptocurrency. If you ever ask yourself, what is Bitcoin, crypto, real money? Is crypto a real money? Can you actually make money investing in crypto? Is crypto too risky? Or do beginners can get started? Then tonight, this live is for you. By the end of this live, you will understand what crypto actually is, why crypto exists, how people invest in crypto, the risk and reward. So we want to share also beginner strategies and how crypto fit into your financial freedom. Before we begin, comment where you watching from, hit the like button, share this live with someone who is trying to invest, and allow and follow us because we talk about stock, crypto, bond, financial freedom, and investing education. This is a very important, guys. So now let's go deep into it. What is crypto? Let's start with the basic. So cryptocurrency is a digital money. Unlike traditional money controlled by government and bank, and crypto is operate in decentralized technology called blockchain. That's where all come down to is the blockchain that manage the crypto. So that's mean no central bank, no physical cash. You don't have that. It's all online transaction. The transaction happen directly between people online. So there is no middleman, So the middleman is caught. That's the main purpose of crypto. It's all come down to people want to not be able to deal with the bank and all those middle people when you want to do a transaction. So the most famous crypto is mostly you have Bitcoin, Ethereum. Those are the two main cryptocurrencies. Think about it like the internet changed communication, crypto is trying to change money. Instead of bank verifying transaction, the blockchain technology verify them through computer around the world. So exactly what it is, guys. We want to make sure that if you invest in crypto, you know exactly what it is. So let's go down to what is a blockchain. Now, let's simplify blockchain because this is confused for so many people. A blockchain is basically a digital public record book. Every transaction is stored in books. Those blocks connect together like a chain. That's where the name blockchain comes from. Why is that important? It is important because transactions are transparent. Its record as a difficult to alter. Its record is very difficult to alter. No single company controls the blockchain. Imagine it like that. Imagine a Google document shared with millions of computers around the world. Everyone sees update in real time. No single person owns it. That's the power of blockchain. I know there is like this is like in blockchain, there is like using blockchain as a method to facilitate transaction between cryptocurrencies is what we call decentralized part of the crypto transaction because people can see it. Nobody, no single person can control the cryptocurrency. So now, why does crypto have value? A lot of people ask, why is Bitcoin worth anything? Good question. Crypto get values from what? Simple economic a concept, for example, supply and demand. Believe it or not, since me personally, I consider myself as more like in between fundamentalist and also a technician when it comes to investing. But for me, is at the beginning, I was very skeptical, like many investors, to start investing in crypto. Guess what? There is no fundamental things that tell me, like, if you like compared to any company that have revenue, they have like expenses, I can do a financial analysis. But guess what? At the end of the day, it's not for me to say. As investors, we are in what people are looking for. Some people are, most of them who invest in crypto, it's mostly about speculation. But guess what? People still take the risk. And with that in mind, supply, there's a lot of people at the beginning, they did have a lot of Bitcoin to sell, and now demand is increased. So you have a balance there. And what make crypto also very valuable is because of scarcity, and that's very important. That's give it a lot of value because there's so much amount of crypto that's being made, and based on what the system is, it doesn't allow you to create so much Bitcoin. So that's why Bitcoin gets so much value, because it's rare. Imagine something that you cannot find and everybody want it. So that's the concept with Bitcoin. Now, what about adoption? In cryptocurrency, we can use it for different things. You can, now we're talking about tokenization, like a way to do a different way to do a cryptocurrency, which is when we create a lot of it. We create stuff like a token, so you can use the token to do more stuff, to buy more stuff. Utility, it's very flexible. Bitcoin is very flexible when it comes to buying, easier to buying stuff, facilitate transaction. Investor believe, for example, Bitcoin have limited supply of 21 million coins. So that means they're not making more Bitcoins. That scarcity is why people call Bitcoin digital gold, because once you have one, you have it. That's it. So they're not making more of it. And that scarcity aspect really balance a supply and demand, and that's why Bitcoin really get its value. Meanwhile, Ethereum power application, NFT, smart contract, or decentralized finance. So some crypto assets are used as store of values, technology investment, payment system, or financial ecosystem. So there is a lot going on in crypto, guys. This is not just a currency. It's nowadays a cryptocurrency have evolved. A lot of investors, institutional investors that was at first skeptical about crypto, now they're all investing in crypto. Especially what I can think of, for example, a person like Demi Damian. I know when crypto just started, he was against crypto. Now, guess what? JP Morgan Chase have their own cryptocurrency segment, a department. They're doing a lot of things with tokenization. Again, as investors, it's not about us. It's all about what the market gives us. If Bitcoin, as much as risky it is, if it's making money, you want to get involved. Obviously, cautiously, but you still want to get involved. So now, so how people make money in crypto. Now let's talk about the part everyone wants to know. How do people really make money in crypto? There are several ways to do it. First, long-term investment. You can buy and hold for years. Example, someone who buys some Bitcoin years ago and held them to volatility make massive gain. And you see a lot of young kids at the beginning that bought some crypto for a couple dollars and now they're all billionaire. It's very common. And also, a second way you can do it, it's trading. You can buy and sell in short term based on price movement. This is very risky because in crypto it's not really regulated as much as the regulation for regular stock, but you still see some input in government nowadays, but it's still very risky to be day trading cryptocurrency, guys. And also there is what we call the third strategy you can make money is stocking. Some cryptocurrencies reward investors for helping secure the network. So a lot of those network they buy and hold it. That's why you're stocking it. Mining, using computer to validate transaction. A lot of people they use mining. A lot of those companies focus on mining crypto. And lastly is crypto project and ecosystem, investing in blockchain technology and application. But remember, high reward often mean high risk. Again, that's why we keep talking about risk when it comes to crypto, guys. This is mostly purely speculation. So as beginner investors, we don't encourage you to go and invest all your money in crypto. The biggest risk of crypto investment is crypto is not guaranteed money. Here's are the biggest risks. First, volatility. The price can rise and fall. A coin can drop 20% in one day, guys. This is crazy. This is massive money you can lose if it drop at that rate. So, and one day it will drop 20%. So that's are the risks that we're talking about. And also in crypto, there's a lot of scam. There are a lot of fake project out there, and again, we have seen so many company involved in crypto, especially in the early days, that they have defrauded people, and people lose massive of money. Like for example, the last one is FTX. That was scam. We have Binance, who was a scam involved too. So there's a lot of problems with cryptocurrency when it comes to scamming. And also we have regulation. Governments now can involve are trying to involve and change crypto rules, which a lot of people can see it two ways. When the government get involved, it could be a good thing because the government is trying to regulate cryptocurrency, which is good. Some people think it's better if we regulate it, but also the original investors in crypto, I don't think they like that, because guess what? They will say crypto was not meant for government to intervene, to be the middleman. We want to invest in crypto because we want it to be all open source. So that could be a challenge for some people when it comes to regulation. And also one of the concern of crypto is security. If you lose access to your wallet, you may lose your crypto permanently. So a lot of have to do with those technologies. Definitely a lot of people I know of, they have lose their wallet before. So definitely you want to make sure you understand those risks. And also emotional investing. Many beginners buy high during hype and panic and sell during crashes. That's why education matters, guys. In cryptocurrency investment, as much as it's very risky, guys, to invest in crypto, the concept of emotionally maturity is important when you invest in something, especially something very risky like crypto. You still want to be staying investing. Don't panic. Keep investing and make sure, first of all, the most important is that you're educated on what you're investing in. So definitely keep that in mind. And now we want to talk about beginner crypto investing strategy. So if you are a beginner, here's a simple approach that we're going to talk about. First, we mentioned never never invest in something you don't understand. Again, it's all come down to the knowledge you have. So if you want to invest in crypto, even as a beginner, we don't recommend it. But if that's what you want, we want to make sure you are educated about crypto. Spend that time and learn first about crypto. Don't just go and buy and not knowing what you're doing. And the second step is that start small. And any other investing you're doing, when you start, we want you to start small. So only invest money you can afford to lose, because especially crypto, guys, you can lose everything in second, and we have seen it. That's why we invest like only small amount and money that we can lose. So to do so, to start investing, you want to open an account in those crypto a platform. For example, you can do a Coinbase, Robinhood, Crypto.com. And for new investors, we will recommend Coinbase, Robinhood, and eToro. For day traders, if you want to do day trading, you want to do Binance, Currents. We want you to do that if you want to do a day trading investing. For long-term crypto investing, the platform we recommend is Coinbase. So definitely it gives you a little bit more flexibility when it comes to things that you can do. if you want to just buy and hold. So again, those are like recommendation, guys. It's not like something like you have to, and make sure you invest the time to learn about those platforms before you even invest in them. And the third strategy is focus on major crypto first. Many beginners start learning with Bitcoin, Ethereum. So make sure those are like the biggest one, but they give you a lot of a insight on what crypto is, and you can really dig into it. Because if you start investing in those little 0.000% a crypto or a token, they crash. So make sure you take it serious and start investing small in those big one instead of the small one. And also, one concept that you want to understand when you're investing, one step you want to do is use dollar cost averaging. Invest consistently over time instead of trying to predict the market. So definitely, we always want to say consistency is important when it comes to strategy of investing, either in crypto or real estate. So definitely, you want to make sure you understand the use of dollar cost averaging. And lastly, one step to understand is diversify. Don't put all your money in one asset. Even if you invest in crypto, especially in crypto, which is very, very um challenging and risky, don't invest all your money. And make sure you're thinking long term. Many successful investors focus on year, not day. Don't fall into the trap of day trading only just crypto as a beginner. So again, we always be cautious when it comes to investing, guys. And now we're talking, a lot of people are asking me, do I start investing in crypto and stock? So I just want to take my time to just kind of give you a quick idea of, how different they are. For example, so how does crypto compare to stock? For example, we have long talk about stock a long time ago. Like if you guys haven't see the video about stock investing, make sure you go on YouTube, ElBozoBonsando. You're gonna see our under our course, Invest Your Way to Financial Freedom. We already talk about stock investing, but guess what? We want to just give you a quick comparison. Stock is represent ownership in company, usually more regulated, often less volatile. Compared to crypto, guess what? Crypto is a digital money, higher volatility because this thing can go high and then go crazy down. You have higher potential of reward. People make a lot of money. You can make millions of dollars in a couple minutes compared to stock because stock are not that volatile. But guess what? You're taking higher risk. At the same time, you can lose a lot of money by just doing day trading in crypto. Many investors combine both. As for example, we in Combit Group, our portfolio, we usually make sure we invest in crypto too, but it's a small portion. For us, for example, we have our portfolio. We think we have a balanced portfolio, which diversify for long term. In our portfolio, we have stock 40%, we buy bonds 20%, we have ETF 20%, and we have 5% of crypto, and we do real estate 10%. Uh, so crypto is still a small portion in our portfolio. We think, as we get more invested, more regulation come for us as cautious investors. We want to invest more in crypto, but we want to see more regulation. So a portfolio like us will have 5% crypto and 45% stock, 20% bond, and 10% real estate stock. I think it's very well diversified because diversify is key, guys. After a long time of being investing, I really appreciate a good diversified portfolio. So if your portfolio is not diversified, make sure you reach out to us. We can always help you. ElBozoBonsando at gmail.com, so we can help you diversify your portfolio. Because at the end of the day, a very well diversified portfolio is what's gonna keep you afloat when things go crazy in the market. When things like go bad, you want to make sure you have a good diversified portfolio to support those downtime in the market. So now, talking about the future of crypto, I would say some people believe crypto and blockchain will transform banking, payment, contract investing, gaming, digital ownership. Others believe many crypto projects will fail. As we see, there's a lot of skepticism in the crypto the community, and it's logic because guess what? Crypto, there is no thing backing up. There is no final fundamental about crypto. It's not a business that you can read report. It's just speculation. But guess what? It still make people money, and that's why we still invest in it. Nobody know exactly what will happen to crypto, but understanding crypto today is similar to understanding the internet at the early on. So who knows? Maybe crypto gonna be the next thing that everybody gonna use, probably replace money. But we don't know. We cannot bet on that. What we can do is now just make sure we stay invested, learn about it, and start investing in it. And as we go, we're gonna be more efficient investors in crypto. So if there one thing that I want you to remember tonight is that financial freedom start with education. No hype, no gambling, not chasing trend. Learn how money work. Learn how investing work. Learn risk management. Crypto can be a powerful tool, but only when used wisely. The goal is not getting rich tonight. The goal is building long-term wealth. If you enjoyed this life, make sure you follow our page, share this life with somebody, comment the topic you want to see next. But join the future episode of Invest Your Way to Financial Freedom. As a reminder, your future change when your financial education changes. So that's why we invite you today to kind of stay invested, guys. Stay focused on what you want for the next chapter on your journey in investing. Start small, keep investing. I will see you in the next live. Because now next week we're gonna start talking about illiquid assets. So that will be really, we want to focus next week about real estate investing. So if you're interested about especially long-term illiquid asset like real estate investing, this gonna be, we're gonna take our time for a couple of weeks, guys. Probably like do a 3 or 4 weeks talking about investing in real estate. This is a topic, especially me, I'm interested about, because as a commercial real estate broker, this is something that I really enjoy talking about. So next week, we're going to start our segment talking about investing in real estate. So I wish you guys have take some good insight about crypto investing today. So if you want to continue to learn more about those investing topic, make sure you follow us on TikTok and YouTube every Sunday, 6 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Central Time, so we can go about talking about all those topics. Because guess what? Your financial journey, it can start today. If you haven't started yet, you're not so far behind. But guess what? You have to take action. You got to go this week. I want people to go and reevaluate your life, especially your financial life. Are you doing the right things for your life? Are you just stuck with a job that you don't like? Or are you want to make sure you protecting your family by investing your journey, by investing your money, make your money work for you? Or you just going to be complaining about the job you have for 20, 30,000 years, and then you still don't make money? So you got to take a step. And the first step is educate yourself. That's why we do this series, guys. This is not hype. This is not me trying to be rich on social media. This is about me sharing with you guys things that I have lived as a person who come in the US with nothing. And I have educated myself. I have done the work, and I have seen the progress that I make in my life. And I want anybody else, wherever you are listening, you also get inspired to motivate you to take your journey to the next level. Because what? You are also capable of doing it. The rich people are not smart, they just smart you out. You can do it too. And we can build a community where investors are trying to help each other, so we all can go to the next level in our financial journey. So I wish you guys all the best for this week. Make sure you do whatever you got to do. Save your money, invest, and I will leave you with this. Keep investing. All right. I'll see you next week. Have a good week. Take care. Bye bye.